You are now tuned in to Humanity 3.0 with Dr. Kwaku L. Carlisle Wood. He is here to speak with you on today's topic. I'd like to bring him in at this time. Thank you for joining us.
And the topic of today's program is, what do the numbers say and what they don't say? Okay. First and foremost, Hip Hope Trio. First and foremost, my co-host is not here. The other Doc², my lovely wife, went and got her COVID immunization Tuesday. And she's having some mild COVID symptoms, fever, feeling bad, and not being able to function as well as she normally did. So she ain't here. I'm going to try to carry on. Me and Eb are going to do this. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you. We do. Now, the Hip Hope Trio Plus, we're killing it. We are. We just got some new equipment, some new bookings, and we're going to be edutaining all over the planet. The thing we're doing down at the Kalahari has been rescheduled, but we're going to be booking that resort very soon, among other things. We have a new addition to Prometheus Reborn Universal Foundation, our audiovisual consultant. His name is Jahan Williams. You go, Jahan! Yes, and he has Monica Oliver as his assistant. They are from New Rho Sigma, Fine Arts Fraternity, Inc. operated. Let me give you a quick rundown on COVID. COVID is better and improving, with the end still about June, before most of the U.S. is immunized. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My engineer's giving me some really good directions, y'all. That's a wonderful thing. Okay. The fourth wave is present, as I explained to everybody about, a month or two ago, that it was going to come. It was not going to be as catastrophic, with not as many deaths, and that's pretty much how it's turning out to be. My same advice as always: gargle with hot water and salt 3 times a day, increase your vitamin C and D, and sing daily. Sing some songs that you enjoy for at least 45 minutes or an hour every day. This makes the cilia, the little hairs that line your respiratory tract, move quicker. It means that your lungs are going to be stronger, your immune system is going to function better, and all bacteria, viruses, waste, dust, everything else that you breathe down in your lung is going to be excreted at a higher rate, just because of the singing.
Now, I've been fast walking and watching things that make you laugh hard.
Okay, that's good. Laughing is also good for your immune system. Laughing increases your immune system more than 2.5 times its normal effectiveness. Now, today I had planned a stinging criticism of religion in general, and the Roman Catholic Church in particular, for the care and feeding of the human spirit. You see, mankind has long ago understood that we were basically a physical being powered by non-physical means. In Kemet, man was composed of a Ka, that's what they called his physical body, a Ba, his spirit or essence, and his mind or thought was called a Mu or Patho, depending on how you utilized it. The injunction throughout the Metu Neter, or the book of coming forth by day and by night, which was the quote-unquote Bible of the Kemetans about that time, states that the whole sequence of life should lead to you having right words, right thoughts, right actions. That started at least 9,000 years ago. That's when Kemet became a world power, about 7,000 years before Christ. And it progressed rapidly to an accepted supposition of a trivalent, that means 3-powered, trivalent mankind: spirit, mind, body, functioning of humanity. In Europe, this does not occur until about 2,200 years ago, when science and religion from Alkebulan advanced Europe from tribal slash cultural warfare to the age of enlightenment, which, believe it or not, only occurred about less than 700 years ago. That enlightenment meant that they were trying to catch up with where El Kebulan and the Far East had been 5,000 years before. Again, you've often heard me call Europeans the most ignorant people on the planet. I mean that historically and anthropologically. They were the latest human, the latest humanos to absorb the information, understanding, and a whole lot of the knowledge that mankind had been collecting for hundreds of thousands of years. They only got that 2,000 years ago. Eventually, even Europe had a belief in a spiritual nature of humanity that needed to be attended to, acknowledged, and utilized. Unfortunately, that was done with the most ungodly destruction, oppression, lies, and ignorance that has ever been witnessed. And I incriminate Islam as well as Christianity in that stead. They both elevated males over females and made females simply tassels to be ornamented on the appropriate successful warrior male. Islam and Christianity both warred as their primary activity. They were about fighting. They were about killing. They were about war. Both Islam, all of these holy wars, and Christianity, crusades. Yeah, all about war. They both were killing and dying, not creating or healing. Killing and dying is a male activity. Creating and healing are female activities. When you have females who run a country, they are much, much more concerned with creating and healing because those are feminine attributes as opposed to warring and killing. Those are male attributes. They both were about eliminating all oppositions to their religious rule. Most religions don't need to eliminate every other religion. They're just the best. Only Islam and Christianity said, no, we got to kill everybody else. You can't do nothing else but us. Both, strangely enough, serve the same God. Both are religions, quote, of the book. Judaism is the only other religion that's of the book. Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. Reading takes on an importance. But unfortunately, though reading took on a great importance because these were religions of the book, most Europeans were illiterate. The vast majority of Europeans were illiterate until about 1950 some odd. Believe it or not. Yeah, most Europeans were illiterate until about 50 years ago. In my lifetime, most Europeans were illiterate. Having a religion that was a religion of the book didn't mean a whole lot to them. They couldn't read the book, no way. But that's okay because they weren't allowed to. In Christianity, you were not allowed to read the Bible. That's one of the reasons that King James decided, no, I'm going to make a Bible that everybody can read because this is crazy. Pictures were used to communicate meanings to Europeans because most of them didn't read. Pictures took on a great significance because it was how people were spiritually fed, how they were spiritually led, and how their psychology of life developed by the pictures and the images that the Roman Catholic Church used. Now, the problem is that the Roman Catholic Church used wrong pictures, used wrong image, used lies, and again, as I stated before, it's the most deceitful, oppressive thing known to humanity. And I'm going to try to reveal some of that today. But again, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. That means make picture out of what you hear. But do not be deceived. This is not what I came up here to talk about. This is not what I came into this world to do. This is obviously something that I could not organize or put together by myself. I have a tendency to believe that it might have something to do with the fact that every male member of my family for about 3 generations has been a preacher or a religious leader, and my brother is an imam in Islam. Mm-hmm. All of my cousins, my uncles, my mother's father, and my father's father, all preachers, and I seriously believe that what I'm doing is not me doing it. I think God's behind it. So when you hear me invoke something, it ain't L.C. Woods. That's the Lord calling. And we got a song all about that. Mick Beats and O.G. Shankster join me on this song. Listen to The Lord is Calling.
And the people cried out by reason of their affliction. And the Lord God said, I will send a messenger with my word of truth and light, that he that hath an ear, let him listen.
Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? There's lies and dirt roads and back streets, blood stains from lost souls in hot heat. River flows from Mount tears, she's been torn. Breastfed all of her kids to the firstborn. 7 seas rooted the trees to my church, and strong winds carried the breeze to my earth. And Lord knows it's been hard, I can't see, had to maintain and work hard on these streets. I heard the streets calling, so I had to lend a hand to the one that's falling. Let them know I understand that the Lord is calling. So just keep your faith, you're still in the race. The main thing, you're still in this race, so let's pray. Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Years of dirt, years of hurt, it's a crying shame. Living that life of sin, then slander my name. And the eyes of the Lord who show me love, who help me survive in this world, and bless me with my first son. Somehow I took the wrong path, and life was Satan. And now I have no idea of what I'll be facing when it's time to re-up for what I did. Been doing the devil's bidding since I was a kid, and now I'm looking for a way out, because I'm finally realizing that killing my kind is played out. You had me hyped, you had me schooled, you had me thinking I was on top of the world. Really, I was just that fool. You had me turn my back on my master. You promised me everlasting, and for that you's a dirty bastard. The longer can you fill my mind with lies and deceit? Cause right now I'm at peace. It's time to release my soul. Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Just take a look around on these ghetto streets. Prepare your soul, cause the beast already been released. In full control, let me feast on like ghetto beats. The young and old, death is dead on the land we sleep. The world is cold, I hit my knees and begin to pray. And please, Lord, give me the strength to make it through the day. And have mercy on me, help me see the light. So I can one day too dwell in eternal life. And hold my hand, oh Lord, lead me through the storm. Cause hell been on my trail since my life was born. And we've been cursed since birth, back when you lost your son. And against all odds, let your will be done. Cause I believe in you. Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up. Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me?
Okay. Let me go on with ashwagandha. I was telling Ebony about long haul COVID and the use of ashwagandha herb from India to fight it. It's been most effective both personally and in clinical studies. You need to get this KSF 66 ashwagandha. That's the root base that has been most studied and most experimented with. You need to take about 600 milligrams of that every day. But first you should start off with 2 600 milligram capsules. It gets rid of problems that you've been having all your life that you never knew was a problem, because you don't really get to feel what subclinical inflammation feels like. It feels like your life. It feels like your life not as effective as it should be. Okay, does that help? Okie dokie. Let's get back to holding religion accountable for loss of the ability of the spirit to function in humanity. We gave science the mind and the body to deal with. Religion was supposed to be responsible for your spirit. They haven't done a good job at that at all. And just the opposite, they have used religion as a way to destroy people's minds and bodies based on what they think, feel, or fear. It's usually a fear, both in the case of Islam and in the case of Roman Catholic Church, Christianity. But let me give you just a few insights. 10 lies about Christianity. Number one, Jesus wrote the New Testament. No, he didn't. He just didn't. Thousands of people have attested to the fact that probably at least 25 or 30 different people who wrote the New Testament. This is all coming from the Roman Catholic Church. Paul wrote 13 of the 27 books after becoming a believer on the road to Damascus. Number two, Jesus was pink. That's a lie. Straight up lie. And the Roman Catholic Church knows it. They've got all these paintings and sculptures of Jesus as a brown and black man and Mary as a brown and black woman that they've been hiding for 2,000 years. But more about this later. When Europeans were told to worship Catholicism, Roman Catholic Christianity, they were given a Jesus that looked like them. That is not at all what Yeshua ben Yosef looked like. That's Jesus' real name. There weren't any Europeans in the Bible at all, except Romans and Greeks. And the Greeks were in there just that long. The Romans were the only Europeans. Those are the people who killed Yeshua, the people who oppressed the Greeks, the Jews. Yeah, those people, they were the only Europeans. The ones who hung him up and stuck him in his side and beat him, and yeah, those were the only Europeans. Yeah, the Europeans who, oppressed all the Jews and tortured, and yeah, those were the only Europeans. Number three, Muslims don't believe in Jesus. Yes, they do. Quran mentions him several times as a holy figure. They have a surah, Surah 19. They don't have chapters, they have surahs. Surah 19 is called the Surah Maryam, and that means the Surah of Mary. And they called Jesus Isa. But again, there was no person named Jesus, ever. The Jews didn't have a J in their alphabet until 1960 some odd. I'm sorry, it might have been 1976, now that I think about it. I think it was 1976 when the Jews put a J in their alphabet. There would never be a person named Jesus. His name would be Yeshua. Or we have another spelling of it. I'll give you that later on down here. But No. Number 4, Jesus was Christian. No, he was a Jew. And he worshiped as all Jews. There were no such thing as Christians, period. Number 5, Jesus was called Jesus. I had that down here. I told you I'd get back to it. No, Yeshua or Yehoshua would have been his name. And he would have been Yehoshua or Yeshua ben Yosef, son of Yosef, his father. Number 6, Jesus had 12 disciples. No, he didn't. He had 11 apostles and one named Peter. He had gobs and gobs of disciples, people who wanted to follow him. Thousands of people followed him, but there was only 12 people that were chosen to teach what he was teaching, and those were the apostles. Peter was not an apostle, or at least not after Jesus was killed, because after Jesus was killed and put into the tomb and arose, Mary and the woman who came there the next morning, Easter morning, and found him gone, were told, go tell the apostles and Peter that he is risen. You got to remember that Peter was told the night before at the Last Supper that Satan had gotten permission from God to test him, and he was going to fail the test. Yeshua told him that before they left that Last Supper, that you're going to fail. You're going to deny me 3 times. And Satan has decided that he wants you. And Satan has been using Peter in the guise of the Roman Catholic Church ever since.
Say hello to you.
Who?
Say hello to Shelly.
Shelly K! What's up, girl?
And Deron Jones.
Deron, what's up? Big ups to you, boy. My peoples is calling in.
And they send wellness to Miss Amita.
Thank you so much for sending wellness to my wife. She is improving.
Miss Laura Collins.
Miss Laura! Laura used to work here. Laura used to be a voice of radio. What's up, Laura? I'm glad you watching me, girl. I got some stuff for you. Okay, let's go back to the 10 lies about Christianity. There were 3 wise men. No, there weren't. There was no number given for the wise men. It was more than one, because they say the wise men. And one might have been a female. They really don't give that gender. They just simply say there were 3 gifts given. They don't give a number for the, quote, magi. They say gold, frankincense, and myrrh were given. That's it. Number 8, Jesus was Mary's only child. No, Matthew 55, it says Jesus' brothers, James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas were his brothers, and his sisters with us. They say, isn't this the same, the carpenter's son? Isn't his brothers, James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas with us? And aren't his sisters with us as well? Oh, my goodness. No, Jesus was not an only child, thank you, Lord. Number 9, Jesus was born in December, around the 25th. Nope. They started using December 25th as his birthday about 440 AD, after he was dead. Because he wasn't born in December. He wasn't born when it was cold. He was born when shepherds were out in their fields at night tending their flocks. Shepherds don't go out to tend their flocks in the wintertime. They do that in the spring, fall, summer. Okay, number 9. No, that was number 9. Yeah, okay. Then, okay, let me get something else on number 9. Mary wouldn't be traveling in December from where she was to Bethlehem. And the Quran, Surah 19, verse 25, says, Jesus talking to his mom, and Jesus says, and shake toward you the trunk of the palm tree, it will drop upon you ripe, fresh dates. Date palms ripen in the 8th or 9th month, so this would be August, September, not anywhere near December, the end of December. 10th lie told about Christianity. Jesus only taught after John baptized him. No, he taught as a child. Remember when he was 12 and his family visited the temple in Jerusalem and he was missing for a day or two and his mother and father found him with the wise men, confounding them with his knowledge and understanding? Yeah, all that was going down. And all of that was going down while the Roman Catholic Church was doing all sorts of lies and mistakes and so forth and so on. What they should have been doing was what Jesus was telling them to do, which was to get rid of all the hate, fear, and the quote-unquote Mosaic laws that they had been living by, and instead put in faith and especially a large amount of something called hope. That's what both Islam and the Roman Catholic Church were charged with. They didn't do it. They were supposed to be doing just like this song now that Humble G's about to bust out you with. The name of the song is Spread That Hope. Peep this.
Mike, yeah, well.
I'm straight to the business, paving the way on my own lane with the missing pieces of this missing cylinder, and they all catching feelings. By the way that I do it, it's stated so clear when I spit it, then sink it, then play it. The way that I execute it, no rapper can come near. That wasn't humble, no, that was the villagers talking. All this convo about how the game is in need of some change. They're right, I must fuck it. Now why he so gnarly, thinking that he can do what? He might be retarded. Rest in peace that they really departed. I'm killing this game and I'm just getting started. Hey! That DNA, level C, that's where I'm at. Real hip hop, I'ma bring it back with this hip hope, and I'm stating facts. Who we think he is? He done found a way to make dividends while being an example for the kids and spreading hope to the citizen. Gotta spread that hope. Every time I go, I'll step outside, it's like it's all a show. But it's never for the show, cause we gotta get this dough. But our kids gon' watch them kids be watching, they just wanna grow. So we gotta show them hope. So we gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that, gotta spread that, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that, gotta spread that, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that hope. One for the people who believe in God. Two for the folks who struggling. Three for my people who be living high. No matter what the repercussions is, cause they know that we gotta keep the hope alive. Keep it alive for the children. Not about the taking, cause it's all about the giving. Do it like Mike, cause we care about the living. That boy hot, innovative, them boys not. How dare you compare yourselves to legends like Big and Pac? What a sad story, content's real boring. Never name dropping, cause I'm never that corny. Take it how you wanna, I'm straight from the land of the hotness. You know we gon' turn up, spit the flame like the fingers. Look up to the roof and you know we gon' let that boy burn up. I'm going in, straight for the win. Never a joke, getting that dough while I'm spreading this hope. So, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that, gotta spread that, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that hope. Young brother, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that, gotta spread that, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that hope. Look, I'm trying my best to believe if I give it my all, then nothing can stop me. I know I was destined to rise to the top with the ball, but somebody rock me. I'm making a stand, so give me your hand so I can advance to the next seat. The rhythm is taking me out of my method of making you dance to the best beat. Now how can I focus on paying pay all of for greasing my song for the last week? They dug in my pockets, molesting my money. These counterfeit niggas didn't drop me. I'm stuck on the show, my presence was felt. They charging me double the brain key. And now you expect me to spit on this record. I'm stopping the death and I can't eat. Ain't nobody home, so leave me alone. I'm trying to relax and and I can't sleep. I'm thinking about getting a shovel and digging a hole for the industry succeed. Man, I ain't no killer, so haters, I'm pushing my buttons and thinking this thing's sweet. I hang with a bunch of gorillas, I get them orders, it's nothing they can't reach. Nothing they can't reach. Gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that, gotta spread that, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that hope. Tell them mother, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that, gotta spread that, gotta spread that hope. Gotta spread that hope.
Gotta. That's what Roman Catholic Church, Islam, Judaism, and almost any, quote, religion is supposed to be doing, because they're supposed to be teaching you how to use the most important part of your being, your spirit. That's the part of your being that controls your mind and your body. And it's going to control everything you think and do. Instead of giving you any insights into how to, strengthen, control, utilize your spirit, these people have been using your spirit as a sort of wedge, to wedge you away from you. Y.O.U, your own understanding. Okay. How'd they do that? Well, Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic Church. I say that every time because it is very important to understand that this was a Roman church. They came from a Roman culture. They came from a Roman civilization. They came from a Roman citizenry. These are the people that use death as entertainment. These are the people that set up a huge arena so that all of their citizens can go there and watch things die. And this was their entertainment. They didn't change very much when they adopted Christianity. Just the opposite. They changed Christianity to adopt to them. Okay. They acted approximately 180 degrees opposite of everything that Yeshua ben Joseph taught his followers to do. Forgive, Romans weren't into forgiving. Grace, the Romans weren't into grace. Love, oh hell no. Not unless you're talking about these orgies that they was throwing all the time. That wasn't love, that was just straight up sex. Love, faith, forgiveness, Roman Catholic Church? No, you got the wrong people. They have never practiced or taught people to practice any of those. God, the God that Yeshua ben Joseph was supposed to serve. He had about 10 rules. They called them the 10 Commandments. You know what the first one was? The first one was, I am the Lord your God. I am a jealous God. You shall have no other God before me. The first thing that the Roman Catholic Church did was to make everybody who was a Roman Catholic Church member pray to a human female named Mary. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord. Yeah, you got to talk to her first before you deal with any type of spirituality or religion. God told you not to do that. And it's all throughout every book that he's ever wrote. But the Roman Catholic Church said, screw that. We ain't going by that. We're going by Roman rules. Kill, torture, beatings. That's what I remember the Roman Catholic Church for mostly. Killing, torturings, and beatings. They did this thing, the Inquisition throughout Europe. They killed about, we don't know, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people throughout Europe. About every one of them was female. because they were basically trying to get women back in line. They had gotten in the Middle Ages a little above themselves. They actually thought that they were important. They got into sewing clubs and other little groups where they would sit up and discuss how men were abusing them. And the Roman Catholic Church said, to hell with that. No, we need to kill us 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100,000 of these. And they'll back the hell up. And they did. They did. But that was the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church said money is the key to heaven. They came up with these things called dispensations. You could pay to have your sins wiped away, and you were automatically given a stamped free ticket to heaven if you paid the right amount of money. Oh, they even had it better than that. You could pay the right amount of money before you did anything wrong. And anything you did wrong was forgiven, and you were sent straight to heaven. This is what caused Martin Luther, not the king, not Martin Luther King, just regular Martin Luther, to write his 56 theses and nail it on the door of the church in Würzburg, Germany. That started the Protestant movement. We got all these Lutherans and Episcopalians and AME and all these other, that's because of the jacked up way that the Roman Catholic Church was handling Christianity. Roman Catholic Church said that men who are Roman Catholic leaders are infallible. They don't make no mistakes. They don't tell no lies. They don't do nothing wrong because God leads and directs and guides them. Bullshit. They have never been directed by God, at least not the God that they say that they are worshiping, not the one that Yeshua ben Joseph was talking about, because they've never done anything that he supported or extolled at all, period. And we're not even talking about slavery. Let's not even get into that. I'm not even going to go there. But it was the Roman Catholic Church who told England, France, Spain, Portugal, I think it was two more Scandinavian countries, that they needed to go and save the heathens that were in the Americas by going to Alkebulan, the place where life started for human beings, and taking some Alkebulanese and take them over there and make them workers. This was what the Roman Catholic Church dictated. Y'all hard about slavery? Y'all think that something bad has gone down with that? It is the Roman Catholic Church who instituted, who promoted, and who basically forced all of its adherents to follow its dictates as far as that was concerned. We don't need to go very far to understand that the Roman Catholic Church also put, again, just as I had stated earlier, Islam did the same thing. They put men over women because they were a religion that was about war. They were a religion that was about fighting people, killing people, and making them do what you wanted them to do. So they extolled physical strength, endurance, ability to fight, and ability to lead others in fighting, your ability to kill, and your ability to not die. Those were the characteristics that the Roman Catholic Church, also Islam, extolled and venerated and said, oh no, we like killing and murdering so much more than we like creating and nurturing. We don't want no women doing nothing. We want to kick them to the curb, which they did, basically throughout their whole history. Eb, how much time we got? 4. Okay. Oh, good. It's just 20 minutes to 7. I got plenty of time here. I'm gonna make this. Okay. Believe it or not, those first 10 Roman Catholic Church lies, that's just the first 10. We got a second 10. The second 10, number 10, there were 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. No, there wasn't. There were 60 others. The Roman Catholic Church decided you didn't need that other 60. You only needed 4. So they threw away Thomas, Philip, James, Mary. They threw away the gospel of Yeshua ben Joseph's brother. They threw away the gospel of Yeshua ben Joseph's uncle. They threw away the gospel of his wife/girlfriend. They threw away the gospel of almost everybody who was close to him, except John. They kept John. But yeah, there wasn't just 4 gospels. Number 9, lied that Jesus was a street person without really nice things. No, that's not true. Jesus was kind of clean, and he was dressed in the finest threads of that time and era. You know this because after he died, Romans gambled for his clothes. It was stuff that they wanted to have. And the soldiers sat there and said, give me that coat. Let me have them. Come on. They shot up and shot dice for his stuff. You don't shoot dice for some hard legs rags. No. They got to be fly. And they were. In John 19:23, they say the soldiers gambled because this garment was seamless. This was an undergarment versus a tunic. It was woven in one piece from top to bottom. This is what they say in John 19:23. Okay. But these people who decided they wanted to support and promote this new religion, Christianity, they didn't care about any of those things being right or wrong. They were Romans, and they dictated what other people were to believe. It didn't have to be true. It didn't have to be fact. That sounds real familiar when you think about our last president. Nothing had to be true. Nothing had to be a fact. It just had to be something that he wanted people to say, think, or believe. Yeah. Romans act kind of the same way. But you must understand that Romans, like all Europeans, were not the original Alkebulanese man that God first made and placed him in that thing called the Garden of Eden. That's not Europeans. Europeans are a mixture of that first human being mixed with Neanderthals, a different type of humanal. You have to understand. Neanderthals were white. They were actually this color and had straight black hair. Those were Neanderthals. When Alkebulanese that had migrated from Alkebulan up into Europe started mating with these other humanals, they ended up becoming Europeans. And they weren't the same people as the original Alkebulanese that God created. And if you listen to them, they will tell you. We got a song by this guy named Rag and Bone Man. And he termed the song human. Nope. We termed the song humano. Because this man tells you all of the things that a European would tell you. Don't expect me to be humanistic. Don't expect me to care. Don't expect me to have sympathy. Don't expect me to support you. Do not expect me to be humanistic. I am not humanistic. I am simply humanal. And that's the title of this song. Play that song, please, ma'am.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this, see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived? by what you believe. I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problem. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve it. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Don't ask my opinion. Don't ask me to lie. Then beg for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problem. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve it. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. I'm only human, make mistakes. I'm only human, it's all it takes. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Cause I'm no prophet or Messiah. You should go looking somewhere. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. I'm only human, do what I can. I'm a woman, do what I can. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Yeah.
That's a humanal person. That is someone that is a mixture of Neanderthal and Alkebulanese man. Don't ask them to be humanistic. They have never been. The Roman Catholic Church has never been humanistic. It has never followed Yeshua ben Yosef. It has never been a Christian organization. It has never been Christ-like. Never. Okay. I got just enough time to give you a couple of more of these. And then I got to move on. Eighth lie. Jesus was very attractive or handsome. No. Isaiah 53:2 says a prophecy about him. He grew up before him like a tender shoot and like a root out of the dry ground. He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him. Nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. That's the projection or prophecy about, Jesus. Another lie. He was born surrounded by animals in a stable or barn, etc. That's not mentioned in the Bible. Only a manger. And a manger is a long shallow box for cattle and horses to eat hay from. It only says he was laid in a manger due to no room in the guest house or the inn. In the Greek they say kataluma. There was no kataluma. That means guest room, and they put him in the manger. Next lie. Birth was a last minute thing. No. Luke 2:6 states, while they were there in Bethlehem, the time came for the baby to be born. They were already there. Okay, Jesus didn't cry as a child. No, he tried, but hold on. I got to stop all that right now and flip the script. Okay, line 44.5. At the Republican National Committee gathering at Mar-a-Lago, he called Mitch A done son of a, I'm not going to say the last word, but it starts with a B and rhymes with itch. Trump also slams McConnell as he repeats election falsehoods. Liz Cheney says he's using the same language that led to violence on January 6th, and we should be embracing the Constitution, not insurrection. Let me give you some numbers that should tell you a few things. This is from Elizabeth Newman. She's the former Assistant Secretary for Threat and Security at DHS. They were in charge of something called the Republican Accountability Project, and she was the co-director. And she stated that most Republicans don't believe violence is justified, though many believe that election was stolen. But they had a poll last week at the University of Chicago, and this was called the Project on Security. And this was assessing what happened on January the 6th. They had run a poll in March, and this was a gold standard, a very accurate poll. And they found that 4% of the adults in the United States feel that violence is justified because the election was stolen. 4% of the population, the adult population of this country, believe that violence is justified. These are the people that on January the 6th killed a policeman at the Capitol. But what the numbers don't tell you is that 4% of the population of the United States of America, 4% of the adult population of America is about 10 million people. Expert had originally projected about 1 to 2 million were involved in this far right, well, it's not far right, they're far wrong, attack on our government on the 6th of January. Now, they were shocked that heard the actual numbers. No, about 10 million people. The nation needs to understand the danger it faces from the lies, distortions, cons, and manipulations of a very sick, very twisted, desperate pink political push based on fear and lies, but aimed at the shrinking number of those unable to appreciate line 44.5 and his clones as the worst instincts and appetites of humanity. That's what they are. But the numbers don't tell you is that there are no security forces capable of handling 10 million violent people. We do not have an army that's capable of handling 10 million violent people. We do not have a police force or a National Guard or any force in this nation that is capable of handling 10 million violent people. We must decrease their numbers and eliminate this threat to democracy and the country our ancestors created. That's where we at, y'all. I did manage to get it all in. When we get to the point where this is done, we won't need any security forces. We will have eliminated the pink people threat. The pink people have always been a threat to democracy because they do not wish a democratic nation. They do not want the nation that our forefathers died to create. They don't want a nation where every man has a voice, every man has a vote, every man or woman has the same amount of power and pull. They don't want that. And they have been saying that in way after way after way. We have to realize that they are the danger to the America that we wish to create. Okay, am I through? All right, good. Once we do realize that, we will not be free. We will be on the other side of being free. And we got a global song, of course, that's all about the other side of freedom. In closing, I will wish my wife life, love, and more health. And like her, I say to you, peace, which stands for proper education, always corrects everything. Peace out, y'all.
travel down this lonely road. And when I think of all I've seen, my spirit starts to bother me. Now I don't know who to try. And when I felt like giving up, the light at the end of the tunnel just gets brighter and brighter. 'Cause I'm free. 'Cause I'm free. Free from oppression. Yeah. You may have my body, but you cannot control my soul. 'Cause I'm free. You can't hold me no more. You must let me go. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Now I'm living for a brighter tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. I'm finally free. I'm on my feet to do what I want, to be who I please, and that's to be me. And it's worry